put it on the pen, probably.
Bong, bong, bong.
I don't know about bonging nothing, you know. You talking about?
Yo,
already on.
welcome to the RVA Rap Elite episode 31 recap podcast. My name is Radio B. Nicholas F is here. Easy Leo is here. We are the most loved and the most hated judges in hip hop right now. There goes Easy Leo, Mr. Controversy.
It's a controversy. I like that name for you, so that's good.
Mr. Honesty, man, come on.
So we are.
Your mic is low, Steve.
Yo, is it still up?
Welcome to the RVA Rap Elite episode 30. Oh no, let me mute that. Thank you. My mic is low. Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't hear Eve, but you sound better now.
Yeah, I had to get
Bet. Let me share this. We're a little late. Sorry, we were supposed to start at 7:30. It is 7:44.
Your radio kidnapped me and shit at the crib and shit.
Popped up in my house.
Unannounced. Dang, radio froze. Oh,
but you know, it was definitely super love. All right, I'm gonna share this with the chat. You know, the MCs gotta tune in. They gotta hear this. We had another historic episode, yo.
Yeah, it's like it keeps going up and up.
Yeah, man. It's never what you think, you know. Shout out to, and she's actually in the waiting room, so we'll be bringing her on soon, our episode 31 champion, Mila Mansa. Incredible. She did things, I mean, her winning was like, there's like two historic goalposts or badges that she secured with her win. One being the only MC to have won without having to go sudden death, which is a huge.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That is.
There have been times when in the past where people have wanted to debate that they should have won.
Right.
So yeah, that's a big deal.
To be able to separate yourself from the entire pack of 29, especially in this episode though, when the field was so crazy. Like, let's be clear about when she did this. She did this at a time where the scores across the board were high. You have like multiple 28s, multiple 27.5s, 27s. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me pull up these. Stats
on the board, man.
We were slow getting to start, so the people are slow trickling in right now. So we want to, before we bring Mila Mansa on, I want to make sure we got some folks tuned in.
Yeah, definitely. Can you play her verse for me? I didn't get to see the playback yet.
Yes.
Yo, I remember there was a point when she hit a sledgehammer Harlequin line, and I was just thinking to myself like, yo, and then it was like after that, it was like, yo, she just keeps going, yo.
That was the beginning of a run.
Yeah.
That was a beginning when she started doing these one-liners. After that, it was like just one-liners, one after the other. Like,
She hit her. She was
crazy.
yo, for real, like I said, that joint kind of had like the cooler effect, yo, like of that when that verse that cooler hit when it was just like verse line after line after line. It was like just a crazy bag, yo.
Facts. And I mean, her showmanship it wasn't like the thing with Mila, it was actually like she was performing, but it was like
the potency of the lines.
Yeah, it was just them lines, like one after the other, and like the flow was so consistent too. Like that was the thing. But then it was like this aura of like nonchalantness that she had with the whole thing too, that just played into it. It's like, and it goes back to showing like it really is always boils down. I can't hear you, Ease.
Yeah, like we can't hear you. Look, this nigga trying to be fancy with a microphone on the joint.
The 7B is a little low.
Can't hear you. It would be nice though. I need to set my joint up like that though, for real. What are you doing? You running it? How are you running it through? Might need to do my setup like that. If I plug my I bet you I could pull that off too, man. I'm about to try that one.
Not louder?
Yeah, there we go. I'm starting to hear you. Go a little more. Pause.
Yo.
Yep.
Yo.
You could go up some more though.
Yo. Yo, what it sounding like?
Perfect.
Good right there?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, they said the 7Bs be mad low.
And now you don't even have to talk directly into the joint.
All right, yeah, cool. Yeah, the 7Bs be mad low, so I gotta turn the gain up super crazy.
All right, so y'all want so look, we got about 7 folks watching. You know these joints, they live on there, so it's cool to have folks watching live, but shout out to those that are watching. I see Spielberg, Real Life, Dil Montana, Simone J. Shout out to y'all. Y'all want to watch? Let's watch Camila, man. We want to watch it. We want to talk about. We want to talk a bit. Yo.
Watch.
All right. So I'm gonna share my screen.
My bad.
Y'all see what's going on?
You're ready to know how to work it now. Pause.
Yeah, I figured it out a little bit.
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna save my thoughts more.
What up? How y'all feeling? All right. Check. My opinion is self, never based on thoughts of no one, nigga. Can't let shit slide, be the reason you get dubbed, nigga. Like a stud with no strap, couldn't give 10 bucks, nigga. Still drop 15 bucks just to pull up and bust with you. My first drop, temperature test, toes on water, double back, releasing that clear in the corner. You're out of order, shaking them dice where you ain't like. Too many snaps, you're gambling with life. Talk to me nice, cause oops, those tweets to get you beat over baseline. I'ma press them like a crease, panini, waistline. You ain't dope, you're quinine. Meanwhile, I'm nose the brain, brick the vein, main line time. Not on me alarming them with a sledgehammer harlequin. 8 shit karambit kid. Gorilla through my edges, push me to the edge, be martyred. Your bar slimmer than Bobby hit. Splatter like Winnie Harlow skin. You a hater, it's I'll be there. And me, Petty berries, scatter your juices and berries, leaving them tart cherry. You're full of sub, Jerry's, mean mugs and shoulders up the heart flooded like ferries. Smoke you like Shakiri, doing it for mama while you sucking dick like Suki. $1 million worth of game, never no nigga groupie. A million lines, million rhymes, scribble on my loose leaf. Any design, I'm taking mine, all a dream, juicy. Rhyme bender, fuck gender, the war is on the agenda. The stage will be a moratorium if you enter. Black room rising, race charging on my obsidian. Gamma rays for days, spraying to your ligaments. Too nasty, licorice, do rags, slicker shit. Two blade, clipping shit. You need eggs, stimmy shit. Simone Biles, slipping shit. Grown child, making shit. Too tender, venison. Old dog, menacing. Got time, pendulum, squeeze, brain, crimson. MK, finish it with a kill shot, Eminem. Cause me a man to the answer to who the slickest. Take a look in the mirror to find out who the bitch is. Rob dead that whole style on some ridiculous. Have you back started from scratch like a fiend with syphilis? This just a little reminder, stay off my shit list. Cause if it's tagged, you'll be needing a bag to shit in.
Damn.
Right. There's a lot of lines in there.
Yeah.
A lot of lines.
There's so many things. There's mad quotables in there.
Yeah.
Is it still sounding decent on mine?
Yeah.
Okay. I switched some things.
The fucking Harlequin, the even early, like she said, yo, she's like, still spent $15 to fuck with you. Like she talking about entering the Cypher. Like I still do $15 to come fuck with you. Like my first drop, temperature test, toes in the water,
Yeah.
come back, you know, circle back, you know what I'm saying? Letting it clear in the corner, like, you know.
Yeah, that was gangster, yo.
Like this Simone Biles flipping shit. Smoke you like Shikari. Do it for mama while you sucking dick like Suki. Like
line after line after line.
Yo, line after line after line.
You need A, stimmy shit, MK finishing, all type of shit.
Bringing it together.
Kill shot, Eminem. She said something. You trying to something. It's all a dream. Juicy.
Yeah.
Like yo.
Yeah, she was stringing that shit, yo.
Stringing.
Yeah.
Stringing. With no further ado, let's.
Yeah, I got questions.
I got questions. We might have to play that back with her on here.
Kill shot, Eminem. Hard.
Mila, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, wait, hold on.
I can't see you yet though.
I don't know how to make it so you can see me. Oh, okay, wait, hold on.
There you go.
Can you see me now?
Peace.
Yes.
Okay. Peace, how y'all doing? I can't see me. I can't say nothing. I see the video from, it looks like the video from the...
You see us on the side? Are we on the side? Like,
oh, okay, yeah, I see the little square. I see, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like it changed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm you know what? We gonna, since you on here now, and you probably haven't seen your performance. I'm gonna run your video back, and then I'm gonna take that out, and we can zoom out. We could be zoomed in.
Okay.
What up? How y'all feeling? All right. Check. My opinion is self, never based on thoughts of no one, nigga. Can't let shit slide, be the reason you get dubbed, nigga. Like a stud with no strap, couldn't give 10 bucks, nigga. Still drop 15 bucks just to pull up and fuck with you. My first drop, temperature test, toes on water, double back, releasing that, yeah, clearing the corner. You're out of order, shaking them dice where you ain't like. Too many snaps, you gamble with life. Talk to me nice, cause oops, those tweets to get you beat over baseline. I'm oppressing like a crease, panini, waistline. You ain't dope, you're quinine. Meanwhile, I'm nose the brain, prick the vein, main line kind. Not on me alone, with a sledgehammer, harlequin. Ape shit, Harambe kid. Gorilla through my edges, push me to the edge, be monitor. Your bar slimmer than Bobby hit. Splatter like Winnie Harlow skin. You a hater, it's Abby, then it me. Petty berries, scatty your juices and berries, leaving them tart cherry. You're full of subs, Jerry's, mean mugs and shoulders up the heart, flooded like ferries. Smoke you like Shakari, doing it for mama while you sucking dick like Suki. $1 million worth of game, never no nigga groupie. A million lines, million rhymes, scribble all on my Lucy. Any design on taking mine, all a dream, juicy. Rhyme bender, fuck gender, the war is on the agenda. The stage will be a moratorium if you enter. Black room rising, race charging on my obsidian. Gamma rays for days, spraying to your ligaments. Too nasty, licorice, do rag, slicker shit. Two blade, clipping shit. You need eggs, stimmy shit. Simone Val, slipping shit. Grown child, midget shit. Too tender, venison. Old dog, menacing. Got time, pendulum, squeeze, range, crimson. MK, finish it with a kill shot, Eminem. Cause me a man to the answer to who the slick is. Take a look in the mirror to find out who the bitch is. Drop dead deck, whole style on some ridiculous. Have you back started from scratch like a fiend with syphilis? This just a little reminder, stay off my shit list. Cause if it's tagged, you'll be needing a bag to shit in.
So, all right, look, man. Look, and I know when you got off the stage, I tapped you, and you was walking by, and I ain't even say nothing to you. I just looked at you crazy. Because
I remember
I was just I wanted to say something. I just was like, and
look, I remember just looking at her crazy too. It's kind of like one of those battle rap moments where somebody say something crazy and you don't say nothing, you just look at them like this. You point at them like,
what's wrong with you, yo?
it's your problem, yo.
But you know what it is? You know what just popped into my head though, Mila, and I know why you acted so. I know why you did that. You did that because when you first came, I was standing in front of you in the crowd when you were sitting down watching the show, and I was in your view, messing up your view. That's what it was.
That's what was.
That's why you came and torched the whole stage down.
No.
He was like, "Oh, this thing, you don't even respect my view up now. I'm gonna have to beat it."
I don't.
I was gonna ask this.
If I would have to say it was something, it would probably be more the comments in the wrap up. I don't know. I wasn't really feeling like, you know what I'm saying? I was being appreciated at the moment.
Okay.
Hey, yeah. I was about to ask, so did you when you was writing, like when you write, is it to win, or is it like come in and prove a point? Is it to come in like display a certain skill, or is it to just like come in and zip shit up?
I mean, I don't know. I just kind of want, when I come, I'm not really like, I don't know. It's more like I just want people to put respect on my name. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to respect my pen. That's really it. You know? So I'm like, okay, they looking for a different type of bars than what I was giving them the first time. But then again, that rhyme that I said the first time was like from 2016. So it's like, you know, just something to put out there, kind of to gauge what you know, where I need to step it up at.
Right.
Oh, so you saying the first rhyme that you kicked was an older rhyme that you had? Yeah,
it's, you know, because like I didn't really have a like, I think when I signed up, it was like, I was just like, okay, this is going to be really soon, you know? And so it was like, rather than to try to write something and not memorize it and like not be able to perform it well, or either freestyle and mess up, I just was like, I'm a just opt to, you know, throw something out there that, you know, I kind of know in and out, but it's also enough that it kind of can give me a metric to go by of where I need to step up at.
Right.
So, you know, that's interesting. That's interesting to me, right? That you would say you spit a rhyme from 2016, right? So do you record music? Are you in the studio actively, or is it like a?
Well, you know, I did a project 2019, just kind of like, you know, kind of the same thing, clearing some old stuff from my book. And so I just kind of been like working on new thing. But I'm not like one of those people that go to the studio all the time. Like I kind of like to be prepared when I go to the studio and know what I'm doing, and just like kind of go in there and just like knock it out and leave. Like I'm not just sit around and like come up with everything there.
You know, to be honest, radio, that's a different story, right? From what we typically would see, right? Especially from a person who pulled the championship, right? For somebody who's saying like the first time I came up here, I spit an old rhyme from years ago. And then in this month's time, this like I wrote something fresh, memorized it. And this is my first time writing for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's a statement. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Cool.
And you know, and I don't know, obviously I made the post earlier, and you know, you are the first person since we've actually used scores or a scoring system to win without a sudden death. Super impressive in that respect. You're our second woman champion ever, and that's all within the same 3 episodes. It's crazy because even last episode, Cole Hicks actually scored the highest score. Y'all both got 29. She got a 29 last episode. And she just so happened to be ill. She just wasn't
Forgot about that, yo.
So she actually had the highest score of episode 30. It's just that she didn't, it was only a 0.5 difference. So she did still have to do sudden death, and she just wasn't physically capable to come rhyme at sudden death. So it ended up being between Era Hardaway. So like the ladies, and then right before that episode was when Kula Von Seal won. So the last 3 episodes, even though Era Hardaway won the championship last episode, have been generally dominated by the ladies. And I couldn't be prouder of that fact, you know, for this platform and what it says, because we consistently, obviously out of 30 MCs, we may have 5, 6, 7 sometimes lady MCs, but that's still a high percentage in comparison to what what you see on most platforms when you talk about like this thing being like a male dominated thing. But to see our ladies constantly like, y'all got the guys definitely like on their heels and stuff. So
I mean, but there's a couple of them that seem a little bit upset about like not having a sudden death round. I read that.
Yes, but you know it's crazy.
I didn't see that, but
you winning without a sudden death against the scores that you won against is what makes it even more impressive, because this is one of the higher scoring fields ever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like 2 28s under your score, then like 3 27.5s, then like 3 more 27s. These like guys, people were up there rapping. They had was dressing up for it. They had concepts. They had flow switches. After you rhymed, it was kind of like, the question was like, yo, I don't want to have to rap after that. And Kello went right behind you and went in. You know what I'm saying? And then cats just kept bringing it. But you still beat them all out with a full point difference, which is like makes it even crazier. So that's why my only answer to those that felt whatever they felt was you didn't get a low score. It wasn't like your score got, it wasn't like you got shorter than your score. It's just that you happened to bring what needed to be brought. And
guys don't like to lose the girls. That's the bottom line.
Well, see, look, we're gonna have something. We're gonna have something to that. We're gonna have to settle that score. We got something. We're gonna have to come up with something for that, for sure.
What you mean?
So, I don't know if in our past seasons, we've had Cypher versus Cyphers, where it'd be like a 5-on-5 type of situation, one team against another team. And we've been looking to bring that back. Like one time we did my team versus Nicholas F's team. Another time we did 804 versus 757.
757.
So we've been looking for to bring another theme, and it's been brought to people asked at the end of that episode, like the ladies versus the gents type of situation.
Then they can't get in their feelings if they take the L though. That's the thing.
No, look, that's the whole thing. They're gonna have to come and rap.
Because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like you never underestimate the next person. And if you feel like you did 100% and you still caught the L, then it is what it is. But if you know you was not at 100% and you caught the L, then you can be mad at yourself. But like you can't throw shade.
I mean, the thing is like they're gonna have to show up to rap. That's not to say they haven't been rapping. It's just that like this season specifically, like the ladies have just been coming out like.
And y'all have
a superhuman mode.
It's been
and y'all have a camaraderie, it seems. Yeah.
So I mean, I super respect it. How long have you been rhyming?
Well, like I used to do it when I was like in high school and stuff like that. Then I didn't do it for a long time, and then I probably started back like writing and performing in like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nah, your pen is just it's sharp, and the references. I'm just like super like impressed by the references.
That's like, what I'm.
They're some current, some they range, and I think that's one of the things that allows you to go line for line like that and it all be impressive because it was like surprising what you were saying, like because of the last line. It's like, okay, you took me here and then you went, and then splattered like Winnie Harlow's skin. That's a line for me because I'm a Winnie Harlow. I have a song called Winnie Harlow. I'm a Winnie Harlow. I got a song, 2013, 14, something like that. Yeah, like I have a commissioned painting, you know what I'm saying? But like, so that joint stood out to me, but it's just.
That's what got me, is the references. Like, and I've told a few other MCs, like, the way to get like points for me for always is good references. Like the thing about with rappers, a lot of times they all reach into the same pool and just talk about the same thing, same sort of references, basketball references, sports references. It's always the same thing. And so for me, I'm always looking for that random thought. Like, yo, where was their mind at that day? What did they watch on YouTube that day that would make them bring that up? You know what I'm saying? And so that's what was super impressive about it for me.
Yeah, in the
Go ahead, my bad.
Oh no, you good. I was just saying the one-liners that you set up, like the one-liners where you would use one word to set up your punch.
Kept going with it.
Yeah, and you went line for line with that. I'm trying to think of where Simone Biles flipping shit. You know what I'm saying? Too tender, venison. Like it, like that's
yeah, that was good.
Expert, and to be able to do that for that long and they all be potent. Not you didn't say one like overused analogy, which is like what if somebody typically goes into a flow like that, they usually give you a bunch of like filler bars that people have heard before. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the way that you strung them together, you stayed right on the edge of that, like where you didn't give me anything where I'm like, oh, that's just you just did that for the flow sake. It was like, nah, you meant for each of those bars to land, and
hit, yeah,
and you know what I'm saying, and they hit. You know what I'm saying? So super salute, like.
Yeah,
respect.
Thank you.
Because there was a point when you was doing that. When I turned to somebody, I was like, "Yo, she's still going." Like, yo, it hasn't stopped. You know, like, yeah, like, nah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, in my mind, I think when I was writing it, I was like, "This is going on too long," but like, I was like, just let it fit. And I was gonna go the whole rest of the time, but I was like, I don't want to bore people with the same. The same cadence repeatedly for too many bars. Because even if you're saying something dope, it still could get boring. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I had asked you earlier if you wrote to win because I can't help but I gotta state that like you looked surprised, right? Like when you first got off the stage, like the reaction that you had. You seemed like surprised at the reaction, and then at the end, when you won, you seemed surprised.
Well, like, I was surprised at the reaction because it's like, there's people there that know each other, and they've been coming and seeing each other perform for, however long, and there's people there with their friends and stuff like that, and it's like, I'm kind of a new face. So sometimes when you're a new face, like people don't give it up like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they supporting, they peoples or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So but what surprised me was because I was surprised because he said that it wasn't a sudden death battle. So I was surprised. That's what was surprised.
I was too.
I was like, he was calling off the names, and I was like, because sometimes, when you're a new face, sometimes you don't get fair. People don't be fair. Like, you may be dope, but they may still go with hometown, or even though I am hometown, but like they still may go with people that, they know more. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you never really know how things are going to go. Because, I've been in situations like that where it's like, I may have felt like I did better than what I received because the other person that I was against may have been the local favorite or may have been the hometown hero, and they don't want to play them for somebody that they just, a new favorite. So it was like, I was kind of like, well, if it's, fair competition, then we gonna see, and it was like, he started naming names, and damn, he done said, people already, it's only one spot left. So it's like, either I'm there or I'm out, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you never know, so, but then he said, it's not a sudden death battle. So I was like, oh, and then he says me, and I was like, oh, okay, well, damn, no sudden death battle. That's kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was thinking, but I was surprised because I was kind of expecting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, okay.
Well, look, yo. Well, look, that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing about Rap League. They love to come at the judges, yo. But at the end of the day, we cut it fair. You know what I mean? Like, we try to do it as fair and as accurate as we can. Like, and judge and score everybody based on what it is they bring to the table. And then also the crowd, they're there to hear raps. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, seems like they're there to hear raps regardless of who it's coming from. As long as you're up there kicking that shit, even if you're messing up, the crowd is going to give you, they're going to cheer you on to get you back on track. You know what I mean? It's like a different sort of environment than what you would typically expect.
Yeah, I think that does give a testament to what I always say is that we don't have any dogs in the fight. You know, I don't have like any particular, I don't care if you won 50 times or you've never been here before or whatever the case may be, like whatever you do on that stage is what's going to elicit whatever that score is. Like I'm elated at a new face. You know, another thing that you did that is historic is in your draft placement. You were the last person drafted before the auto drafts. So like there's people that went before you because they were auto draft late because they were left on the table. So yeah, they did come behind you, but as far as what was actually picked, you were picked like 20 something, like 22nd or something like that. And so you're the last person.
Respect on your name.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect on it.
So from there to being the champion is like a huge leap. You know what I mean? So like, that's another thing. Like that shakes shit up when it comes time to draft next time. Now they got to consider Mila Mansa, and they got to consider the Era Hardaways and the Kula Von Sales and whoever else, you know, is in the mix. It's like, well, who do you pick first now? You know what I'm saying? Whereas
like,
so
where are you gonna put it?
Yeah, so it's like
put me 22nd again if you want to. It don't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying?
I seriously doubt
whatever. Like, don't switch up now. Stay where you've been at. No, I'm playing.
The GMs want to win. You know what I mean? They looking to try to get that trophy at the end. So you know when they see talent, you know they definitely are itching to. Oh, speaking of GMs, another thing, both women MCs that have won were both on the one woman GM team, Gigi Broadway.
Gigi's team.
Shout out to Gigi Broadway.
That's dope.
Having the foresight to pick Kula Von Seal, having the foresight to pick Mila Mansa and sticking behind the ladies. In addition to like whoever else that she feel like everybody
she always like grabs it.
Always criticize Gigi for picking with her heart. That's something that everybody says, like, yo, Gigi, you be picking with your heart. Like you pick your homies or you pick somebody like, you know, that you relate to in some way. You know what I'm saying? But that's actually turned out to be in her favor now. Now, the only thing that
you know what, we have to interview Gigi.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? About her picks and her what goes into her picks. That'd be a good story.
Yeah, man.
I think if because there was luxury prize was supposed to be.
Yes, that's what messed the score up.
I think if he would have showed up and he would have rapped, then her team would have got a win.
That is a fact.
Yeah,
definitely would have got a win. Because I mean, I don't see Prize has never scored less than 20. I think there was only like 22 or something between Gigi's score and the winning score. And he would have definitely filled that space. Like he's never scored probably less than a 24 or 25 or something like that. So he was there when he came before it was all said and done, but he chose not to rap. But I'll say this again, I'll say this to him. And if I would have been thinking about it, I might have pressed him a little more because I don't, we trying to avoid our GMs having these zeros on their scorecard. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the no-shows really hurt the GMs, and they take their time out to be a part of this and, you know what I mean, put their energy and time into this. And I don't want it to be like we're not. You know what I'm saying? So we've been having some issues with that, but that's another topic for another day. Mila Mansa, you've got a hoodie now on the way to you. So you're now in the conversation for MVP because this season has been like the championships have been broken up a lot. There's only one person that's got 2 hoodies this season, and that's Tone Red in the first 2 episodes. Everybody else got 1. So it's you, Kula, Era, and Tone. Are you looking to make a run we got, I think, 4 or 5 episodes left. We got August, September, October, November. So 4 episodes left. Are you looking to make a run for MVP? Or, you know, you just gonna be here and there, you're gonna be in and out, or has this sparked a hunger in you? Where are we at with this?
I'm gonna plead the 5th. Granddaddy said, "Walk, don't talk."
Hey, I like that response.
Yes,
that response.
It's saying it's talk like that makes you scared.
Yeah, and see,
Scared of what?
That's where the references come from. You know, there's a wisdom vibe that I get from you. There's a seasoned vibe. That's why I asked you how long you've been rapping, because there's this seasoned vibe that I get from you. It's very soulful, and it comes across in your rhymes. It comes across in your voice, and I think that's what separates you from a lot of other folks. So it's going to be interesting to me to see how you approach, you know, a lot of people, let me say this, a lot of people have been champion once. Not a lot, but a lot of the champions that have been champion once. Not a lot of people have more than one hoodie. I'll go get we can pull up the lineage that's out there on the post, but not a lot of people have won more than once. So it's not an easy thing to do, to repeat wins, especially with competition getting better and better every single month. So I'm always excited when an MC comes and does something special and wins, but then it's like, so what do you do now? What do you do now? So it's like, I would love for you to definitely continue to enter each month for the rest of the season and beyond. And I'm excited to see, you know, what you do with this, with the rest of the season.
Yeah, you know, part of what excites me is the fact that what you showed us this past week was where you're at right now. Like your first time, you gave us an older rap. This time you gave us where you're at right now and you won. And so then it's like, all right, then you give us another one. Like, I'm just interested to see how your mind works from here on forward, you know, like as you continue to write for them. And it's the sorts of things that you can come up with.
Me too. Because I don't know what's coming out till it's there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the beats speak, you know, for me, it's like, you know, it's like the beats speak to me and I got to speak back to it, you know what I'm saying? So I think that always plays a part too, you know, with everybody's styles and different things like that, is you never know what that beat's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that joint just speak to you in a certain kind of way that just meshes perfectly with your style. And sometimes it's a little bit more challenging, you know what I'm saying? So the question is like, how do you, you know, deal with that? And it might mesh with somebody else's style a little bit better the next month, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you never can tell, you know what I mean? Like, but like I said, when you're dealing with so many talented MCs and then the people are getting better and better each month, it inspires the hell out of me to continue to try to create an environment that allows you guys to grow. And the fact that you're also dedicated to it, and you being a new face here and right in the mix, it's exciting. It's definitely exciting. Any last words before we let you go? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want to tell the field? Whatever it is that you would like to leave us with.
Nah. Nah.
I like the mysteriousness of Mila Mansa. That might be the.
I'm ready. I'll let y'all know. You know, like
M3, Mysterious Mila Mansa. M3, like that's what we at with it.
stay focused right now. I don't know, because I look at this cipher like, I don't know, it's almost like you kind of just get one shot, you know? It's like, even though there's a sudden death round, like, it's really you battle rapping 29 other people with one verse. So, you know, it's just stay sharp. Y'all gotta stay sharp, and, you know, may the best bars win, even if it ain't mine. But we'll see how that goes.
Word.
Thank you so much. You know, you got free entry into the cipher, so I hope that I plan for signups to begin tomorrow. So unless you tell me otherwise, your name will be first in.
What's the date on that?
August 29th.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna be there.
All right. And regardless of your draft placement, you will be rapping last because you are the defending champion. So you get to leave the last impression of the night. And
so I'm defending the spot. So then that means I can hold it.
Well, defending just means you were the champion last month. And because you were the champion last month, the privilege of going last is all yours. If you choose not to rap next month, it would all be the same. But you know, because you're there, obviously you're defending. Like Era was defending this particular time because he won episode.
I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, and it kind of is defending, right? Because if somebody wants to be the champ, they gotta come take it from
the champ. You're there. They got,
you know? So like it's really up, it's you know, it's for the champ to lose, for real, for real.
Oh, your mama joke is dope though.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You definitely have.
It was kind of hard for me to choose one. I was like, I like these. I might have to try to get a couple more. But I was a couple of them I like. So, you know, I just wanted to tell you that. So.
No, I appreciate that. I actually get that when people say it's like it's hard to choose. I think it's almost becoming like I was hard to give them away sometimes.
You know what the thing is? That's the tagline. So what? It's hard to choose.
Yeah, it really does.
That's the tagline, you know.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I narrowed it down to like, first I narrowed it down to like 5, then I had to go back and like narrow it down to 3, and then I was like wrestling back and forth, and I was like, just pick one, like just stop, just pick one, and then, you know, maybe you'll get lucky and get a chance to get another one, you know.
That's a fact. Nah, I mean, I hope so. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put that order in for you. I did get your selection. And those that don't know what she's talking about, you can head over to mamajoecollection.com. It's a clothing line with my mom's art. There's a long story behind that, but definitely hit the website and check out those threads. But we're gonna let you go so we can drill down the rest of the field scores and give a full recap on everything that went down. We appreciate you tapping in and talking with us. And we look forward to seeing you next month.
Absolutely. Y'all take it easy. Salute to all the spitters. Peace.
Peace. All right. That was a dope conversation. Shout out to Mila, man. It's a great performance. All right, so let's pull up. We're gonna pull up. Should I share my screen with the scores?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's
do it. Fancy.
Let's do it. Yeah.
I'll go grab my lighter real quick.
We got 13 people watching. Shout out to y'all. Oh, I didn't mean to close that because now I can't see the chat.
shooter like Anthony Mackie in the Hurt Locker. Top of Brian Hurt Locker.
You just gonna share the whole joint like that?
What I do? You can't. No, I don't like that. Hold on. Oh, you talking about the scores? Yeah.
You can get air like a B&B. Who said that?
You said that?
Huh?
You said that?
Said what?
That's that new fire. You ain't got that yet.
Oh, yeah. I ain't even send it.
Chill. You ain't got that yet, radio.
Yeah, I was going, you're going stupid on that joint.
Oh, man, forget y'all.
That's that new fire.
Fuck that. New fire.
Yeah, you don't want to get aired like a B&B, son.
Now I'm about to air y'all like I'm about to, man. Wait till we get done with this podcast. Beat on, and I'm gonna walk across the street to Mike's house. All right, so y'all can see the scores.
Yep.
See the heads of different rappers on the wall.
Mila Manson. You see my face?
I'm gonna send it to you, Steve.
You just sent me the beat. Mila Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, we gotta get back to.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Mila Manson had a 29. Bakari, so right behind them, Bakari Kennedy and Key Speech with 28s. So Bakari Kennedy went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Bakari Kennedy went crazy. The flow switches, the double to triple time, I want to say, right? Because like he went double time and like he's rapping fast.
Double down.
Double down on the double time.
Double down on the double down.
Oh my gosh, the boy was rapping.
Yeah, he is rapping.
I gave him a 10. I gave Mila Mansa a 10. Key Speech, showmanship. Let me tell you, if you weren't paying attention, Key Speech had put up a post where he took a piece of the recap where we was like, where it was talking about, it was Dion and Ease. We were talking about Key Speech, and Dion was like, no, Key Speech was like, I mean, my bad. Ease was like, Key Speech, we know you can rap. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, I think we were saying we wanted to know more about who Key Speech was. And at the end of it, it was like, who is Key Speech? So that was the premise of what he brought to the table on Sunday. He came in and worked basically in what he works in as a teacher. You know what I'm saying? And broke that whole thing. Broke the whole thing.
He delivered, man.
That was crazy.
He delivered, man.
The 757 haiku reference. Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's the second time that he's come in addressing specific things. Remember the 24 joint that he did?
Right. Yes.
I love that he does that, yo. I love that he does that. Like
high level lyricism, man. High level lyricism.
Yeah, he's on another level. He's crazy.
So
definitely fire.
Kello, he went nuts.
Here's another
one. Very brash, confident. Took a vicious shot at the judges. I also gave him a 10. I thought he was another one where after you got to a certain point in his verse, you would think that it was going to taper off, but he kept taking it up another level.
Yeah. And you know what? You gotta give him props for being able to put on the way he did after the verse that he had to go behind.
Right.
He went right after Mila's joint.
The house just got
burned. The room. I was about to say, like, she could have sucked the air out the room, but like niggas still had more air left.
Right. And really, he might have saved a lot of other MCs because he kept the vibrance. You know what I'm saying? Like he kept it. Like, so it's like, you know, if he would have came in and just been mediocre right after she shut it down, it might have been hard to get the people back into it because they were so high up to drop so low. And that just wasn't the case. He kept it right up there. Robaloo also with a 27.5. I thought Robaloo did what Robaloo does. Is the crazy references, the flow changes, the vocal projection, the performance, you know what I'm saying?
The energy.
Mm-hmm. Just like ew, very.
But he's also super comfortable up there too.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You had 804 Rel also put up a 27.5. His return, he has been gone for a few months. He came in out the gate back in this bitch like I'm fucking my ex.
Right out the gate. That was hard.
Punchlines. Like, definitely, I think his vocal projection was better than I've remembered him in some of the previous months. Very fresh, you know what I'm saying? Very fresh. Earned that 27.5. Dr. Wansky, another new MC.
Yeah, he was good.
High vocal projection, the punchlines. He's a punchliner, which you don't get. Honestly, we don't get a lot of punchlines in our ciphers.
Yeah, true.
They're actually kind of rare. And I had checked out a video of his on his page like a couple of days before the episode, and I was like, oh, I heard the vocal projection and I heard the punchlines and just like his presence, and I was like, oh, he might surprise some folks. And he definitely did. He had that line. He said eating rappers. He was like, shit, I eat pussy. He was like, shit, that's like the same thing. Mm-hmm. That had a huge reaction. I think that if he sticks around and is paying attention, he'll definitely be a threat. I mean, honestly, for your first time to be a 27, that's a lot, you know. Also with a 27, our returning champion, Era Hardaway, still dope.
Yeah.
Still had a, it seemed like he still had a concept for the most part with this one too. It didn't land quite as potent as the first time out the gate, but he got 9s across the board. You can't,
Yeah, that's a good,
Fro Wonders, very dope. He was dope the first time he came back, Champion Brewing Company. He was good in the Rap Elite Madness tournament as well. But Fro Wonders 757, dope lyricist. I mean, he actually spazzed. I thought he kind of spazzed out. I'm excited to go back and listen to his tape when we get that too. And he put up a 25.5. Also a 25.5 for Miss Simone J. She came out airing.
I was gonna say shout out to her, because for one, that was super clean of her.
Yeah,
her performance was super clean, and like I'm not sure has she made top 10 before? She's in top 10.
I want to say
it seems like a jump for her.
I want to say she.
Well, I mean, either way, that's a good start. She's been improving a whole lot, and She was on one.
And the thing is in the top 10. She's number 10 prior to this episode. She was number 10 in total points for this season, which shows her consistency of being present and putting up numbers every month. But this was, to me, definitely her best performance. And it was so purposeful. You know, she said that she was coming in. This is the first time she ever took shots at anybody, took a shot at Kula, took a couple shots here and there. But very purposeful with how she was going about it, and had some lines that really did stick out. I really just liked her whole presentation with this particular one. You could just tell this one did something to her. Also, newcomer, I was excited to see that she signed up.
I like this next one.
Impressed with her performance.
Crazy.
And Missouri, the flows, the wordplay.
Yo,
her wordplay crazy. Her wordplay is crazy. Like, yo, for real. The only the things that I took points from were just things like projection.
I was gonna say,
just like that's the only thing. Like, if she was like kick that shit with a little bit more authority, like, because like the writing was just like top notch. Like, no bullshit. Her writing is top notch.
I mean, I expected that from her. She's
like 20
she's one
more
of the
seconds.
dopest young up and coming artists in the city. If you check out her visuals, check out her music, very nostalgic. She's super.
I'm about to tap in, yo.
Oh, definitely tap in. If you're not familiar with what she's doing, we definitely put some of her videos on the web show. But she's just really, really dope, and I'm excited that she decided to get into Cypher, and I hope that she sticks around, because I think this is a good setting for her to
yes, I've seen this one
further cement what she's been out here doing. Number 12, also now with a 25, Kula Von Seal, consistent.
Yeah,
consistent.
That's the thought that came to my head, like super consistent.
Just consistent, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, obviously when we see Kula now, we're like hoping that we get that episode 29 spectacular moment performance.
Right.
But those are hard to duplicate, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like I was telling Mila, you know, when you come out and you do something like that, it's very difficult to duplicate that type of performance. You know what I'm saying? So a 25 is a hell of a solid score for anybody. People have won with 25s, you know, so like, you know, at the end of the day, like, she's super consistent. She put on a good performance too after that. And you know, Kula has now established herself as just one of those people you're gonna have to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And by her constantly being there and putting up numbers like this on a consistent basis, she is further cementing, win or no win, further cementing her position in the road to MVP. Because unlike this is her 5th episode. She's put up numbers every episode. So in total points, I think was she number 1 in total points?
Wow. That's a big stat.
Yeah.
You know, what else I like about her is how she's branding herself, and
yes, the Big Bang,
like taking advantage. Yes, like you can tell she's thinking about it. She's putting thought into what she's doing and making the right moves.
Absolutely. I mean, she's been, you know, ever since her win, she's been performing at different places. You know, she performed just like earlier that particular week, and had shut a show down at the Camel, had them all chanting Kula, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is, you know, like, she's out here taking advantage of her name ringing, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you love to see it. That's the only thing I can say about that. Yeah, she's number one in total points. She has 104 points, or had 104 points prior to this episode. And the person right behind her with 103.5 was King Fizzle, which King Fizzle didn't compete this time. So Kula put another 25 points on that, separating herself even further from the pack. And third was Prize with a 94.5, and he didn't compete. So that's, she's definitely separating herself. And when it comes to the only thing about it is
that's going to be an interesting stat.
It is an interesting stat, but
it's like when you're.
But
I was going to say, like, when it comes to the end, like say all of the champions that have only one win,
right?
Then that's when you start weighing in those sorts of things. Like, well, that's a good stat to have.
Exactly.
Most points for the season, that weighs in.
Yes, because it's also indicative of how many episodes you were in there for, right?
Yeah.
So Kula is not in the top 10 for points per cipher.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the people in the top 10 for points per cipher don't have that many cipher appearances.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
And then you got to think, the more cipher appearances you have, the more it could possibly drive that score down.
Exactly. The harder it is to maintain a high score.
Yeah, to maintain a high score.
You know what I'm saying? So super shout out to Kula for everything that she's been doing. So then you have $. So you have Cy G with a 25, another consistent MC, putting up numbers. He doesn't have a win yet this season. He was in sudden death last time. And he's in the top 10 for total points. He was in number 9 before this episode. He's also in the top 10 for points per cipher at number 9. Yes, that is interesting because he's an MC that has been in most of the ciphers, if not all of the ciphers this season. Then you had number 14, Old Dirty Vegan. This is a story right here. Shout out to Old Dirty Vegan, man. With a 20.
Yo, he had me hyped, yo. He had me hyped. Like, for one, this is the thing. I remember saying, maybe it was last season, that like, because, he would always forget his rhymes, right? He wouldn't finish a verse. I remember one time he was kicking, I was like, yo, he's going off. Like, yo, if he would have got through that shit would have been hard. Yo, son can write, yo. Like, it's just a matter of memorizing and getting it off. Like, if he can keep coming clean like that, pause, and like coming out with like strong performances, like I could see him. He could surprise niggas. He could like win. He could win one.
Sneak a win.
Like, he got the pen. He got the pen, son.
Yes.
He got the Old Dirty Vegan. Do that again many times over. I know that nigga. Yeah, I used to work with that nigga. I know that nigga. We used to work together. That's a fact.
It's funny. Like Frank knows him too. You know what I'm saying? So like, Frank be rooting for him too. Like, he's like, yo, like I know like he could do. Everybody knows that he can do better than what he's done, and I think that was what was hype.
And he seemed serious. He was serious, yo.
Very.
He came up there to do that. He was serious. Normally, he's more nonchalant, like.
Because he came to kill. Unprepared, and that's the thing. Like, when you know your stuff, you're gonna have a different kind of energy with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's gonna be a different level of intensity. People don't understand that preparation really plays into your performance big time, because you can be confident. You can get into the showmanship aspect of it once you really know your shit. When you don't really care to move your foot right to left because you might throw your memory off. You know what I'm saying? Like it be like that. You know what I'm saying? So I've been in those positions where I had to memorize a verse in a short amount of time, and I had to execute it in a short. You know what I'm saying? Like you be stiff. You want to stand in, one position, because your mind is only focused on getting through that verse.
The word.
You know, you can't think about how you moving, how you looking, nothing of that, because you're just trying to think of that next word to get it out. So it's like when you really know your shit, you can move how you want to move. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like he knew his stuff, and it showed that time. Number 15, Real Life. Real Life
performance for him.
Consistent. You know what I'm saying? He's another one that has stepped his game up. I didn't think this one was as good as his episode 29. The last time he was there, episode 29, it definitely wasn't as good as that. He had his moments, and I think his performance was just a little less comfortable than that other time. You know, that episode 29, Real Life, you could feel that he knew he had one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think this time was a little less of that. You know what I'm saying? But it was still obviously a solid performance. He still put up a 24.5, which is a great score. And still looking forward to his next performance. Jamal, consistent. He has not had like a knock your socks off performance yet this season, but he's been so consistent. I mean, prior to this episode, he's number 4 total points.
Wow.
You know, number 4 total points with 91 points. And that's with him actually having missed, I think, the last episode. So, you know, that says a lot, you know, and then you turn around and drop a 24. So very consistent. Looking forward to seeing him have a breakout performance. Because he's another person I think could sneak a win if he just finds the pocket.
Yeah.
You know,
you gotta find that pocket.
Pop Burner, you know, 23.5. I thought Pop Burner, he was a little uncomfortable at certain times, but then he hit a pocket.
He hit a point
where he just started kind of like floating.
Yep.
And dropping some lines. I like his style. It's one of those things where he just got to get comfortable too. If he gets comfortable, he could fuck around and sneak. It's a different. He brings that Harlem. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was gonna say. I like
street rap.
That's about to say. He talks the talk I really want to hear.
Yeah.
Right? Like the only that you hit the nail on the head when you talk about comfortability. Right, like he didn't look all the way comfortable up there, but it's like a couple more joints, like maybe the next one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember his first performance on the rooftop.
Right.
And I was just like, yo, it's crazy. Like,
right.
Yeah, like he talked that shit I want to hear, that street shit, that, you know what I mean? Like, he had a crazy line. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna misquote him, but he had some shit for sure.
Now, shout out to this MC too, Dio Montana, right? Because Dio Montana started out, he was having a rough time with his intro and remembering his intro, and he almost gave up. And, you know, once again, shout out to the Rap Elite crowd, because it's such, as much as of a competitive environment as it is, it's such a loving and encouraging environment. They just want to hear you get your shit off. That's what we want. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, yo, spit that shit. You know what I'm saying? Remember that shit, spit that shit. And he caught it, and then he started snapping. You know what I'm saying? And bounced the score all the way back up to a 20.
Like, I was thinking to myself, like, had he had it spit that shit clean straight through, he'd have been in the top scorers easily. Like, his verse was crazy, son.
Definitely.
Like, it's just like you had to dock him for messing up and almost quitting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like,
KRE.
But the writing was there.
KRE. Yep. Dope style. I love the way that she approaches the rhyme. You know, her voice is dope. I don't have a whole lot of
short verse,
and I would like to see her just hop in her bag a little bit more with maybe the wordplay, or like giving us something to. It's like she's a good
take away from.
She's a dope storyteller. It's like, but when you're in these ciphers and it's competitive, you gotta kind of pull out some weapons. Whether if it's not gonna be punchlines, and you gotta come with some metaphors or something slick, just something a little, just show that cleverness off a little bit. And I think that and just you know, because I think she has the conviction and all of that. It's just she's gonna need to approach this like she's attacking it. You have to attack in this thing.
It is a bit more competitively.
Yeah, just the competitiveness. Bring the competitiveness out in the rhyme. Tycoon, I thought Tycoon was dope. I think he got caught up in there was a little bit of the sound fixating at the very beginning that we needed to work out. And also just how he held the mic and how he projected it. I don't know if it was the sound so much as that he wasn't holding the mic and projecting as well as he could have. But I think that he's another one that I think could have definitely got a higher score if he would have done that. But also just need a little bit more like, and I think he could do it more like just adding a little bit more cleverness to the punches and a little bit more cleverness to the metaphors. But I don't want to critique him too much other than holding that mic right and getting that projection out, because if I could hear everything that you're saying, then I can critique you a little bit better. But I thought that he did well, especially being so early on.
Yeah, that was the only thing I had for him, notes-wise, is that he could have held the mic better. It's like he had good energy, but the way he held the mic made it a little hard to understand some of what he was saying at the point.
Facts. Intro verse. I thought he did way better than the first time, which he showed some glimmers in the first time that he came. He definitely was a lot more comfortable up there. I like the flow. I liked some of his references, and I think that he definitely showed a lot of potential with this, because he brings something a little different to the table. Once again, just more weapons though.
I like it. Yeah, I like him. And then this is just kind of hard to hear certain parts. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about like a little more clarity. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely more clarity, and I'll just pulling out some more weapons, man. Some, you know, saying some things that are designed to elicit either a reaction from the crowd or a reaction from the judges.
He has a strong delivery though.
He does.
Real nice delivery. Delivery is up.
B.O.B. Oh wait, no. Madam V with a 21. Now,
yeah, shout out to Madam V.
Shout out to Madam V.
I felt like the reason that her score for me was where it was, she got 7s across the board. I couldn't really understand her too tough. I definitely, it was like in and out of what I could pull from her rhyme. Like, I love the content of what I could get, but the clarity could have been a lot better. So I was fucking with the content, but it was just.
You was fucking with the content. She was dissing the boy.
She was dissing.
He was listening for them disses, Eve.
I was fucking with them disses, Eve.
Yeah, hey, I'll say she like. So my critique was like some of the clarity, right? But there were some witty lines in there. You know what I mean? Like what I was catching. Some of them disses were good. He's like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like you caught a couple couple bullets through the shirt. You know what I'm saying? They
Man.
missed your torso. They went through the shirt. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just missed it. But like, I mean, you know, that I would just say the clarity and just the pacing a little bit. But you know, she's definitely creative. You know what I mean, as a writer and where the thoughts that she's stringing together. Like, cause that's the thing about her. Like, she like strings a thought into another one, right? But it's just like, so, you know.
All right,
What you thought, Ease?
Hey, what you thought, Ease?
I thought it was
I
cool.
had the same score, so.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. You know, I had the same problem, you know, kind of hearing everything, but I did catch a couple lines she was throwing at me, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was pretty, you know, the flow was a little better than she was a little more on beat, I guess, this time than what I was hearing last week, but it was still, you know, kind of hard to it's hard to, I guess, follow when you used to listening for, you know, some type of structure with the joint. But you know, if I ever do, when I do get up in one of these ciphers, I advise that not be the route that the rest of y'all MCs take, because you will not win that week. I promise you.
He said that he does plan on getting in a cipher sometime this season. There's only 4 episodes left, so I don't know when he plans on doing that. But
y'all in trouble.
You know what I mean? Just know the man say he
just kick regular raps, B. Just kick
put his
regular raps, man.
down and pick the mic up. We're gonna see. So Theo B, I love the flow switch. He did the flow switch. He definitely was more comfortable this month. I still think, you know, projection, confidence is still a thing.
I want to say.
And just, you know, like I said with a few others, it's just showing some more of those weapons. But I think he did with the flow switch. That was definitely him, you know, getting in his bag and showing that he could do, you know, more than just straight rapping. And I appreciated that. That definitely, you know, kind of like piqued my my ears up a little bit. So shout out to DOB, keep pushing yourself, because I think the more you pay attention to what's going on, what works, and just continuing to apply yourself. I'm excited to see his scores continue to rise. So shout out to DOB. Don 100, he had the unfortunate position of having to go first. And sparking a cipher of this magnitude. Not that really mattered in its reference to his score. I think what with him and his score was that he didn't kind of give us a whole lot. It's kind of like just loose rhyming. It really didn't have, to me, it didn't have too much of a focus, nor did he try.
See, what I think happened, I think he kicked his rhyme that he had, and then he went into a freestyle. I think it was like a good freestyle. To be honest with you, I'm not 100% positive, but that's what I wrote down.
I had that kind of feel. It had that feel.
But like there wasn't any, because there wasn't any bar that necessarily jumped out, and you know what I'm saying, like grabbed me. But he was kicking the shit. It was rhyming. You know what I'm saying? So I think he kicked the written and then went into a freestyle. Gotcha. If my rapper ear serves me correct. I've been doing this for a while. I think I might know it, maybe.
I had that vibe. Like I definitely got that vibe. Cypher Alexander. Now, he's another person that I feel like was saying some shit. But I couldn't really understand it because it wasn't coming through clearly. It may have been how he was holding the mic. It may have been muffling the mic a little bit.
This is the thing. This is the thing with him. And so it's not even that it's that you can't understand and hear him. I think, or at least for me, it's because he was saying some shit. He has like a bunch of like dope references and like the things that he's doing. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, like that delivery that he did. I think the hard thing is that something about maybe the way that the mic was held, it made it hard to follow. Like I had to listen harder. You know what I mean? And then so it was like while he's saying one line, digesting the line before it, and then it's like constantly playing catch up. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the rap, dissecting it so that I can score it. You know what I mean? But the way that it was kicked, it was just kind of like harder to do it quicker in time. So that was the only thing. But I mean, that might have been just the way that it was being held and kicked in, like maybe with the movement or the breathing, like maybe that played.
He moves a lot. He moves a lot, like a lot of like, you know what I mean? And I think that
so when that just the mic is
all right, so John Stacy. Now listen, I feel like John Stacy is a super talented rapper. I was excited to see what he was gonna do. I just don't think he was prepared. He didn't get it off, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of those situations where he just didn't get his rhyme off. And you know, so he stumbled a lot, and I think he went. I want to say he freestyled a bit, but so I can't really judge it. Obviously, that's the reason why his score is so low. But I
had him as being pretty charismatic, and that's what I wrote. Like,
yes,
he's like very charismatic. Like if I remember right, he came out and he like spoke to the crowd first or something, and before he got into it, and he like commanded a certain like he just had a presence. You know what I mean? Like, and as long as he's like comes like prepared, he can lean into that. That's an asset for sure.
For sure. He has clarity as well. So yeah, I mean, once again, I can't really put too much on that performance because I do expect and think if he comes back like I think he will, I think he'll have a 180 type of situation in what we see from him. So you know, John Stacy pull back up, bring, you know, I seen he was traveling on the like right before he got there. So like, I mean, in the plane traveling type shit. So, you know, he may just have had too much going on coming into this episode, which is why we got what we got. But hopefully next month he's more prepared and we get to get a better assessment of what his talents and his skills are. But that was the entire field, and we went through that pretty efficiently. So I think in the future, what we're gonna do is definitely run through, you know, speak on everybody in our recaps going forward, because it's definitely doable. Clearly, Cole B had signed up, LIP, Chuck Dolo, and Luxury Prize. Cole B and Luxury Prize were in the building and didn't rap. Chuck Dolo unfortunately couldn't make it. LIP, no call, no show. So, you know, one thing I'll say again to our folks that are signing up, please, please, please come and rap. I get it. When you haven't prepared, then it's kind of like, you know, you don't want to come up and embarrass yourself. But I want you to think about that before you sign up. Like when you signing up, think about what you got going on for the next month. You know what I'm saying? And can you dedicate the time that it takes to not only write the rap, but memorize the rap and bring your best to the table? If you don't have that, don't put your money down, don't commit, because not only does it cheat other MCs that want to have that opportunity to come perform, it also cheats the GMs that draft you, that now have a 0 on their card because you no-showed them. Please do not think this is just about you. It's not just about you. it is about the people that, because every month we're maxing out, and there's MCs that are sitting on the sidelines really wanting to be able to rap. So, you know, having that spot, whether you pay for it or not, it's important that, and the only way you didn't pay for it is if you're a champion, and our champions never no show. So, yes, you paid for it, but, you know, it's yours to do what you want with it. But, you know, it'd be better off for you to pass it along to somebody else than to just no show it. So, you know, please keep that in mind. I say this every month, but it's really important, because it kind of takes the wind out of the sails of the GMs who are, you know, taking their time out to scout everybody and show up for the draft and do the draft and then show up for the event, and you know, and then their scores look like shit because they had no show. So but shout out to everybody that did come through and rap. And if you can't make it for some emergency circumstance, and that's, you know, it is what it is, but definitely, you know, try to do your best to bring your best to the table if you do sign up. Sign-ups will happen tomorrow. I'll be reviewing beats tonight to determine, you know, what that instrumental is going to be. And I hope to have, you know, sign-ups ready by about noon or 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I'm excited to see everybody tap in. Oh, this is not the end of the episode though, because we also had our Rap Elite Madness finals between Deuce Banks and Ross Skrilla. Fire back and forth. Deuce Banks did have his stumbles though, and that cost him. Ross Skrilla definitely was headhunting. He had the flow switches. He was very direct. He rapped to his opponent. He came through and he took his, you know what I'm saying? And super shout out to Ross Skrilla for becoming our Rap Elite Madness Season 4 champion. He's got a hoodie headed his way, and he got his cash prize sent to him already. And obviously there's other benefits and things like that come along with it. So super shout out and congrats to Ross Skrilla of Gritty City. He reps that Gritty City gang. We always got much love for the Gritty City family. Shout out to them. And shout out to the crowd because, you know, I think, you know, Deuce Banks brought, you know, he had some folks with him, you know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, the audience called it like it was supposed to be called. And they made sure that they cheered when it was applicable, to make sure that came out fair. And I appreciate our audience for following directions on that, and calling it like they saw it. Any last words from either of you about next episode, this episode?
Excited to see Mila come back, you know, see whatever new MCs we got coming to the ciphers, see if Tone Reg will come back, you know. Yeah, I'm excited to hear what beat you got picked next for it too.
Yeah, I gotta send you some beats, man. I want to get these niggas rapping on one of my joints, man.
Send me something tonight. Send me something. I mean, you know, send me something.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send you something, man.
We trying to I think the field to be excited to rap on some Nicholas F production.
So the only reason I haven't, because like I've been leaning between two different type of ways. Like I kind of want to give a joint where it's just like a sample loop, and then also kind of like want to give them a traditional type one. So the reason I haven't sent anything yet is because I haven't been sure. I got a couple that I put to the side, so
okay.
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't. So if we did Cypher versus Cypher, the ladies versus the gents, right?
We gotta make that happen.
who's on the sides? How are we?
So this is what I think. I think it should be done probably. It need to be two ways, right? I was thinking about this. It can be one. Gigi is the only female GM, right? So Gigi is already in, and then we can take the GM, the male GM with the highest score, and then they can, and then they can pick their teams. And
Gigi,
Gigi
is the women champ whisperer.
Exactly. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So
that's it. That's the one.
Does it have to be a 5-on-5? What about a 3-on-3?
Nah,
I don't know.
We got 5 though. Here's 5.
Yeah, we could get. I think 5 would make it interesting. It's like pickup basketball, I guess. But so
or can't make it to the next episode, so we might have to do that one. Maybe the episode after. She can't. Unfortunately, our next date falls on the same date as the House of Wolves event. Shout out to House of Wolves and and Fame and Gigi and all of them. They have a great battle event that's going down on that date out in Petersburg. I was trying to see if we could switch times or dates to kind of get off that collision course, but unfortunately that's not possible. But hope it's because I wanted to be in the building for that too. But shout out to them. But yeah, I want to do some type of Cypher versus Cypher next month or something interesting in addition to the Cypher next month. So we gotta really, put our thoughts into that. Either we do some type of Cypher versus Cypher. I'd really like to bring back, because before pre-pandemic we had Rock Stages versus Andrew Hype setup.
Andrew Hype. Yeah, that didn't go down.
Love to see that.
Andrew was in the building.
He was, and
Andrew was in the building.
Yeah, he wanted to play some beats, and he said, I think he's on the list for the Producers Lounge next time. I think he's on. He's already going to be in the building. The question is, Rock Stages just dropped the album. There's Rock Stages. We can get Rock Stages in. I'm going to talk to Rock Stages because maybe we can get Rock Stages to come perform the new album and
do the producer battle.
And then we have the producer battle, because I feel like that should go down. That's clash, man.
It needs to be settled.
It needs to be settled because I'm hype about that, and I was hype about it. I think that needs to go down. So I'm gonna holler at Rock Stages. I'm gonna take this clip and I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna tag them, and see what we could do about that.
Fire. Definitely dope.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Maybe So we're gonna see about that. Ease, you got anything?
I went first.
Oh.
Yeah, he went first. I'm done. Yeah, no, I don't got nothing else, man.
Well, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you caught it live, if you didn't, it's definitely going to be up there. August 29th, episode 32. Also, September 5th, Road to Supremacy Round 2, Southpaw Battle Coalition. So you'll be seeing a lot about both of these events coming up between now and then. And, stay tuned in, man. Much love, RVA Rap Elite. The culture continues. Peace.